Hello and welcome back. So in the previous videos, we looked at how to make use of the variable declarations to do some basic computations and look at some the formatted string, that's the F, that enables us to print the values of variables inside a function. In this video, we would look at certain operators in Python, right? So without wasting much time, let's get started. So I want to create a new file. You come here to the Explorer, and then create a new file. This should be 6, and then I will call this operators in Python.py. So operators.py. Then while I hit enter, it opens up for me nicely here. Then to invoke the terminal, you can do Control Shift and then the backtick, and then the terminal should be open for you. Once again, ensure that the virtual environment has been created nicely or has been initiated, else you would have to automatically manually do that yourself, or make sure that the Python interpreter selected here too is the virtual environment you created. Okay, so basically the operators we are going to look at are quite similar to the ones we have in mathematics. So the first one is the mathematical operators or math operators, or let me call them arithmetic, right? Arithmetic operators. So operators. So basically these are the addition. So for addition, we use this for addition. We use the minus for subtraction. And then we use the star. So this for the multiplication, right? Multiplication. We use the / for division. Okay. So basically this is so addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If you want to do exponents, you do star. So star will raise anything to x power. So exponentiation or exponent. So basically if you have 2 or 3 star 2, basically means 3 exponent 2. And this, if you have 5 divided by 2, it means you're dividing this. And then here if you have, let's say 2 multiplying by 3, this. And then here you have 3 or 4 minus maybe 1.2. You have that. And addition as always 7 plus this. So basically in Python, this is the arithmetic operators that we have. We have the modulus too as well. So percentage will return modulus. So the modulo of something. So if you have 3 percentage 2, this becomes what is the same as 3 mod 2, and which is 1, right? The remainder of this, right? And there are others. We have the double / that returns only the quotient, right? It doesn't include the remainder, so it just brings the upper value. So if I have this, so let's say 3 like this of 2, this returns 1, right? Ideally the answer is supposed to be 1.5, but then it chops off the remainder. It doesn't include the remainder, it just brings the quotient, right, without a remainder. So keep that in mind. And then there are other ones, but then these are some basic ones that you should keep in mind. Note that these are the arithmetic operators. So to make use of them, we should do actually. I have, let's say bar 1. Okay, number 1 is equal to 2.5, and number 2, there should be no spaces in variable names, to be equal to, let's say 5. Then I can print number 1 minus number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, so you have that. And then I can, so if I want to include it, I can say Number 1 minus number 2 is that. But then this is for subtraction. You can also do a lot of them. So this should be addition. And then this should be multiplication. This should be division. This should be modulus. This should be what? There. Okay, so let's see what am I going to do here. Let me make sure that, so let me make this 24 instead, and then we see something. So to execute, you say Python, and then the name of the file, this is 6 dash operators. So now I see this thing here. So here you see that the modulus and then the ceiling, wait, 5 modulus, this is, the remainder is 4, so it brings a remainder. How many times will 5 divide 24? 4 times. So that's why you have 4. But then there should be a remainder, right? Because 4 times 5 is 20. There should be a remainder of 4, but I didn't, right? So this gives us a remainder. And then this gives us the cylinder whole number, right? Without a remainder. So keep that in mind. And then I forgot to bring the exponents, right? So let me paste this one here. And then this will be the exponent. So star, where are you? Okay. So this brings the exponentiation, right? So now I have this. Okay. So basically this is how we do some basic math operators or operations in Python. The next type of operator we'll look at is the comparison operator. Comparison operators. These operators are really needed or necessary when dealing with operators. Okay. When dealing with logic, right? Logical statements. So the comparison operator, we have this symbol for less than. Just as we know, we have the greater than to, by this symbol for greater than. And then we have this symbol for equal to, right? So you see that now we have the double equal to symbol to that indicates equality, right? So this is the equality operator. I told you that if you have just one sign, it's what assignment, right? Assignment operator. Assignment operator. So you have equality operator, you use double equal to sign, and then the assignment you just use one equal to sign. Keep that in mind. And then you have greater than or less than. So you have less than or equal to. So less than or equal to, and then we have the equal to or less than operator. That's the equal to or, this should be equal to or less than, and then this should be greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. All right. So it's either it is equal to or it is less than or it is that. So you have this, and then this is less than or equal to, and then this is greater than or equal to. Okay. So basically we have this. So let's see. Basically this comparison will just return true or false. So if I say is 6 greater than 4, so let me print, else we won't see the output. I say 6. Okay, let's just still use our number variable num1 greater than num2, and then let me copy this and then do the same thing here. Is it less than? Is it greater than or equal to? Is it equal to or less than? Is it okay. Sorry, it should be less than or equal to. I hope so. And then equal to. So basically this returns a boolean, right? Either true or false. So let's run it and see. The first one says that num2, which is 5, is not greater than, so it's false. 5 is not greater than 2. The second one says that it is true. 5 is less than 24. The third one says that is it greater than or equal to? It's false because 5 is not greater than, neither is it equal to 24. And then the third one says that is it less than or equal to? So I think the less than or equal to, you bring the less than first. Right. So we have less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. Okay. And then greater than or equal to. So keep that in mind. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to or less than. And then we have the equality, which is also false. So basically, this returns a Boolean data type, as we said. So keep this in mind. The comparison returns Boolean, right? The next operator we'll look at is the logical operators. So basically, these operators just combine different comparisons. So we have the logical OR, right? That's the, so for the Python presentation is the OR, that's the small OR. And then our mathematical one is the logical OR, right? And then we have the AND represented like that. And then we have our logical AND. And then we have the AND OR. So we have the AND and the OR, right? So this returns true if one of the statements is true. This returns true only if both statements are true, right? So if one of them is false, the logical AND will return a false statement. And then if even one of them is true, the logical OR will return a true statement. So mostly or most of the time we use this to check certain conditions, right? So let's see. If I say print this, so let me define var1 equals 2, var2 equals 3, var3 equals 4. Okay. So now we can do a lot of things with these logical operators, but for now I just want to print the output. Bear in mind that this will also return a Boolean, either AND or. So we have true or false, sorry. So we have this. If I say var1, either var1 is less than, so var1 less than var2, or var2 is what? Less than. No, so let's say var3 is greater than. So let's say var2 is greater than var3. Right? So basically, we are saying that var1, so let's check var1, which is 2, is less than var2, which is 3. And obviously, this is true. This statement is true. And then we are saying that var2 is greater than var3. This statement is false, right? So for the logical OR operator, we are expecting that this should return the true statements. So if I should rerun this file here, I get true here, right? Okay. I can come and comment this one out if it's confusing, so that we check this one. Make sure that you keep saving. You save. I use Control S to save the file before I rerun. Okay. So here we see that we get true statements. This is true because one of them is true, right? What if I duplicate this and then I change this OR to AND, right? What then happens if I do hit enter? I get false. Why? This is false because one of them is false, which is this side, right? Which is that the AND or the logical AND operator would only be true if both statements are true. So always keep that in mind. We use the AND operator to compare two statements and ensure that both are true, and return false if any of them is false. And then we use the OR operator if we want to just validate one of the statements being true. So that is how we use these operators. So basically, this brings us to the end of There are some operators in Python. There are a lot of them, but then these are the ones I would like to cover in this video. If you've learned something from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Then we can't wait to see you in the next one, where we look at or we make use of these operators to deal with some conditional statements in Python. Thank you.